Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the open Great League, and we have a team featuring the Guzzlord paired with the Clodsire, pretty good pair, and we have the Froslass in the back. Now, we are going to stay in here because all of the big moves from the superior, the frenzy plants are resisted, so they have to go for the aerial ace chip. There goes the frenzy plant for one last ditch, and they're going to come in with something interesting here. We don't necessarily like to see it, but we get them to throw a mud bomb, and unfortunately our Clodsire doesn't like that. We are going to get to a move, and Earthquake is shielded, so this is going to come down to our Froslass. We shield here so that we can get to another move. This Lapras is very tanky. It will be able to take it. And at this point, we're going to try to catch a move, but we are going to be able to fire off this brutal swing to get that last shield. They get the farm down with this Stunfisk though, which is not ideal. They go for the Mud Bomb, and our opponent here does get the next Mud Bomb. This is going to take out our Clodsire, and we got to hope that we can win the game with the Froslass now. Our opponent does go for the Discharge. They actually combo play into their Lapras. Sparkling does get used, and they actually got double, so unable to win that game. Unfortunately, we let too much energy on our Clodsire go. The opposing Stunfisk was able to just wreck our backline. Alright, decent lead here. We are going to stay in. They have the potential Rock Tomb to debuff us, so we're going to see if they're going to throw it here. There's the Rock Tomb. Our attack is debuffed, and we get to another brutal swing, and you can see it does minor damage, getting them into the red. And then we see the Golisopod come in. Very, very spammy. Aquatil is going to be pretty good against our Clodsire. We at least get a shield, which is very advantageous. Our opponent here is going to try to CAP ties, but we just over farm here and try to get to another move before them, and that's exactly the case. This is going to get the last shield, and we force some energy. This is going to be better for us as this Golisopod is pretty low health. We get the farm down, and now we're going to go into our Froslass versus this Cradily. The advantage we have right now is a shield, and we have an opportunity to sack swap. And it looks like we don't even need that because that Shadow Cradily did not appreciate the avalanche. So GG's to our opponent. Next, we have the Guzzlord versus Guzzlord. Okay, we are stun locked for a second, and we take so much damage. That was really, really unfortunate. I don't know what happened there. The game wasn't responding or something. Avalanche is caught onto the Lapras, and we have gone from bad to worse. This Lapras is going to definitely beat this Froslass, so we do our best to get an advantage. Now we have this even questionable situation. Okay, and Lapras onto the Clodsire was already good enough, but now they just go into their Guzzlord to sack all this energy, tank all the energy with their Clodsire. They're most likely going to let this go, farm with their backline. Yeah, this is GG's. Unfortunately, the start wasn't in favor of us, and they still had a Wheezing, so very, very situational. Even if we had started the game off right, it would have came down to CAP ties because we actually wanted our Clodsire onto their Wheezing. Otherwise, the alignment would have been all out of order. But I think they had the better team. All right, we got the Talonflame switching, which is interesting here. We're going to go for this Brutal Swing, force them to use energy. We just let this go. Ends up being the Fly version, so we know they probably have Fly and Brave Bird. So there's the Brave Bird. Our opponent does not get to the next move, and we are able to farm down with a ton of energy. We fire off the Earthquake onto the Guzzlord. They could easily tank it. We throw this Slud Bomb here so that we can potentially get a shield, and we do indeed get a shield. Our opponent does not throw the move, and now we have to win this game with this Froslass. Froslass is going to have to double shield, and our opponent reveals Corsola. Corsola is going to be pretty interesting. Both of us doing a lot of damage. We do catch a move. Nightshade is caught, and now we just go for this Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is enough to take it out, and now it's a race to the move. And we CAP tie the opposing Guzzlord for the win. Now, we did get pretty lucky as this Froslass was able to have a shield. So one shield Froslass with energy was the key right there. And let's see if we can finish the set on a good note. Like I said earlier, the main core is going to be the Guzzlord and the Clodsire. So that's the main thing. We're just trying to make Froslass work in this scenario. Skunk Tank here versus the Guzzlord. Favorable for us. As you can see, the fast move pressure damage, they're already like 40% hit. They go for the Trailblaze to boost their fast pressure. Fast move pressure is going to get us into the red. We decided to let it go because we think that this is a great opportunity to farm down, and we decided to go with the Froslass, and that's a really good farm down right there. Resisted Hex, and we get a ton of energy. We go for the Avalanche versus this Exploud. That's a really interesting Pokemon to pick right now. We go for the Earthquake. We get that last shield, and now we have a good opportunity to win this game. All we have to do is just fire off heavy damage moves. We shield here so that we can keep on chipping away. They have another Hydro pretty quickly. Now we see the Exploud come in. This Exploud goes with the Crunch. And then we're going to make sure we throw in good timing here. This Earthquake will not KO, so it's quite tanky. And this is going to get pretty interesting as we don't really necessarily want Exploud to get any more energy. Luckily, we have some residual energy. We fire off the Avalanche to take out the Exploud. And because of our pacing, we get to another Avalanche to take out the Blastoise. So check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.